gonna click this, and then it is. You gotta breathe. You gotta. And then finally, it's. Thank you, Justin.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Great Night, live and direct from the literal Austin city limits. My name is Justin Robert Young, joined, of course, by the #1 Grand Poobah of this realm, Brian Brushwood. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I thought you were going to introduce Ryer on that. That would have been amazing. Hells yeah, man. Dude, it's been a heck of a week. How was yours?
Man, it's been good. Although all eyes are literally on this strip of land with the Eclipse coming up. We will get to that in a second. We have to introduce our guest today. Folks, you know him by his jacket alone. It is stand-up comedian Sinbad.
Hey, what's up? I'm doing a movie right now.
Yeah.
No one's going to remember it. They're going to think I'm Shaquille O'Neal. It's really great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Man.
I am Sinbad. This is me doing Sinbad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great to have a comic legend here.
Tell me about it. I'm well aware.
Sinbad, you've had so many adventures on the road.
Yeah.
I have to imagine.
I'll bet you there's some stuff you can tell on the podcast and some stuff you can't tell on the podcast. But if you could just give us a little, tale from the road, what would it be?
I fought a Cyclops once.
Wait, when you say Cyclops,
James Marsden?
Do you mean just somebody whose eye fell out and has
no
another
literal
eye?
Cyclops? Yeah, literal Cyclops. Haven't you heard? I went on many voyages. That was sort of my thing.
How many?
Many. Oh, so many.
Because I'd heard there was a specific numerical value.
More than 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stopped counting at 12.
Uh-huh.
Did you keep counting?
No, I just heard some.
I'd hope not. It'd be weird if you had kept.
I wanted to come to you first. I didn't want to spread anything.
No, that's cool. I think it was like,
I
think it was like 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was the Cyclops.
Uh-huh. And then
the movie that I mentioned.
And then what were the other voyages?
Oh man, there were so many.
Cyclops, so we got 11 to go.
Well, then the movie that we made with that no one remembers because they think I was Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
That's
Shazam.
It's Kazam.
It's Kazam.
Oh, okay.
See, no one remembers.
No one remembers. All right, so we have
my 2 of my 12 voyages.
Yep. 10 more to go.
I thought it was 8 voyages.
Let our guest speak.
Jeez, dude, why am I even here? Do you want to tell? What were some of my other voyages?
Shut up. Go.
Don't tell me to shut up.
I will.
Okay. I filled up my tank with premium once by mistake.
Good voyage.
I mean,
I'll tell you what. Voyages you can use.
Yeah.
Voyages you can use.
One time, this is a big one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucked a siren.
Okay, and I think those were 8 of the voyages, so we can go ahead and count.
Fuck
so
siren.
we need 2 more.
2 more?
Yeah, because I heard that was a hell of a fucking you laid on this siren.
It was awesome. So much row, just row everywhere.
Just those little salty pearls flying all over.
You think caviar is delicious? You have no idea.
Yeah,
Got funky.
you got row up in it.
I got up in that row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh man. You ever been to Davenport?
You waded into the row.
I'm sorry. Sinbad.
What?
I was unfamiliar with the linkage between the word row and Siren.
Yeah.
They're mermaids, my guy.
Yeah.
And I don't fuck fish top half sirens. I fuck fish bottom half sirens.
Bottom half.
Bottom half.
Only
fish.
way to go.
So wait a minute.
Only way to go.
So up top, it's all Admiral Akbar. Down below,
No.
The opposite.
No. 10 in the face, 10 in the tits. Down below, fish bits.
Okay. You ever seen the Starbucks logo? Right.
Yeah.
She's like a
Where
6.
she's like pulling.
She's like a 6.
She's
Yeah.
pulling
Yeah,
them
yeah,
both
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I am
She's
familiar.
pulling them
Yeah.
both out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's saying like, get this.
Get this row.
Get this row.
This is like a sturgeon farm.
but really crash your fucking ship into the rocks.
Yeah. That's. You ever been there, man? We've all been
Yeah.
there. We've all been there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you're on Tinder and you're like,
It's like
and then
the
next thing you know-
ocean's version of Antifa.
You know what? I'm Justin. I'm sorry. I have to admit that I'm beginning to doubt whether or not this is the actual Sinbad.
Oh shit, for real?
What? How dare you, man?
Well, I mean, I feel like there's just a little bit of a test we can conduct to find out, for sure whether or not. You
Oh wait, hold
are or
on.
not.
Are you Ryer?
Who?
I think it's time for Ryer's birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday to
Dear
you.
Sinbad.
Happy birthday to you.
Sinbad.
Happy birthday, dear Ryer. Happy birthday to you.
Okay. All right.
No. Ryer's birthday is in 10 days, right?
Yes.
Not even. I didn't realize it was the 20th or the 19th. It's a lot sooner even.
When is it?
24th.
Holy shit.
It's 5 days. 5 days.
5 days.
It's in 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And you're turning how old?
Turning 30.
What?
Yep.
Brian, that means as resident old guys, we have a duty to perform.
Of course we do. It's our special tradition, the Great Night 30th Birthday Hand Job. All right, the important thing is Sinbad, that's how white people sing happy birthday. How do black people sing it?
No, I'm not the real Sinbad. I'm not gonna
Did you
I'm
not
glad-
catch that? He's not the real Sinbad.
I'm sorry, I got a little
We
bit
thought
confused there for a second.
he was because we don't see color.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, yeah.
it turned out he wasn't
Yep.
the real Sinbad.
Yeah.
He was just wearing a colorful overjacket.
I don't see color either. This is why I'm like this.
Clearly. Ryer, how's the last week been?
It's been very exciting. Very, very exciting. I've done so many important things.
I like the fact that you slipped immediately into the Sean Connery accent.
It was
Bones,
good.
Bones listeners.
It was something else.
Bones listeners know.
Had a pretty spectacular week.
Well, here, I'll tell you what. We don't have to recount all of Ryer's 20s here. Brian, why don't you show the Fool Us segment that just aired that Ryer had an involvement in. Ryer set this up.
Oh, well, yeah. So this past summer, our good friend, Matt Donnelly, told us that he was going to be on Fool Us and that he needed a new T-shirt cannon in a week.
Well, that seems like very short notice indeed.
So what did he go to? T-shirt cannons are us online?
No. He said,
What did he do?
He said, we need to talk about how this trick is going to work. And then we talked about that. And once we established how the trick was going to work, I then had to figure out how to make a T-shirt cannon that would do that thing.
Well, you're very talented, Ryer. You've built many things for us. I assume that you just sort of, bada bing, bada boo, just banged it out, and it was easy as could be.
Yep, it was. No, it was a lot of late nights. But
Yep.
it was a week of stress, high stress, because I had to reinvent kind of everything we had done before, figure out how to make it electronic, have a big red button, have side loading capabilities. It was a lot.
Well,
How long ago was this? When did this
July?
happen?
End of July? Right? Yeah, end of July.
Last July.
Like, however many months ago this most recent
Because
summer
it's
was.
March now.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this July hasn't happened.
July 2023.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
So you're contemplating the birth of the nation. Not the movie. Not the movie. Not the movie. The real thing that happened. And then all of a sudden Matt Donnelly calls and he's like, we need this to happen. You get a cranking.
Yep.
And let's go ahead and take a look at the fruits of your labor.
All right, here we go. This is some.
It's still the name of the Best Director Award, for the record.
Really?
T.W. Griffith. Yeah. Anyway,
Oh my
move
God.
along.
All right, here we go.
Put your hands together for the comedy magic of Matt, the Mind Noodler.
Okay, so at this point, what are you thinking?
Well,
That's Brooke Burke.
yeah. So I've done.
She's the host of Fool Us.
So I've done stuff with Penn and Piff and Rod Stewart and Brian Brushwood, and my dad every
Yeah.
time is like, "Cool, man, that's great." And then this aired, and he was like, "Brooke Burke, goddamn, good for you, man, Brooke Burke."
So I don't even know where I should know Brooke Burke from.
Neither do I.
I
unfortunately.
think she was on E a lot when I was a kid.
I don't know.
The channel, not the drug. But yeah.
Yep.
I think that's where I remember Brooke Burke from. But I'll tell you what, if I remember her from when I was a horny teenager, she looks fucking awesome now. Brooke don't crack.
Brooke don't break.
Yeah.
Okay, so by the way, how many of the giant shotguns did you have to make?
Well, the one for Matt was the one.
Well, can I see the thing? I have not seen any of this shit.
It was so. This was version 2. We're on version 4 now, but the one for this was version 2.
Wait, for this?
Yes.
For television.
Yeah.
Nice setup. Nice
Yeah.
setup.
It's good.
All right, so how are you feeling at this point?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just happy for my friend Matt. I'm super
Okay.
stoked.
Yeah.
Really? You're just happy for Matt. You're not thinking like,
Is this gonna fuck up and ruin his life?
Well, I already know that he had problems with it, so I was worried.
You already had time to process that by the time that this aired.
Yep. Now I was just like, you know what? It's gonna look so good. I hope my prop is as good as our friend Matt.
Good.
Okay, all right. Well, we know he's the best.
Thank you all so much. But tonight is not about
Pause
comedy.
it right
It is
here.
not about magic.
Pause it
is
right
not
here.
about
Hold on.
Yep.
When did you turn 20? What year did you turn 20?
Oh, I don't know. What's 2024? 2014, I guess. Right? Because that was 10 years ago.
2014?
Right?
What were you thinking when you turned 20? What was going on in your life?
Yeah, no. Seriously, what were you thinking, man?
I was
Yeah.
what
What was going on?
finishing up as
What
a
were you?
sophomore. Finishing up as a sophomore at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and yeah. We were all driving Trans Ams.
So you're all talking to each other like, damn, man, 9/11 happened 11 years ago.
Yeah. We're like, yeah. Can you believe we graduated high school in 2012? I don't know. 20 was kind of a big nothing, right? Because like, who cares? You're 20. You can't do anything. You can go to the army, but you can't vote. No, you
Yeah.
can't drink. You can vote, but you can't drink.
So you were not a drinker in your early 20s.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I mean, I didn't even have my first drink when I turned 21, unless we count the blood of Christ. I had a lot of that.
Yeah. So you were a religious sort.
No, I just went to Catholic church. I got expelled from Catholic school, but that was before I turned 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I didn't really touch. I had no interest in alcohol.
I feel like you just drifted past something there. You
What?
got expelled
Yeah.
from Catholic school.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That didn't happen when I was in my 20s, though. So do you care?
I really do maybe care even more.
Flashback.
Yeah, well, you kind of have to sort of buy into the doctrine if you're going to be in Catholic school. And the nuns really don't like jokes like, wait a minute, the next morning the body was gone? That's crazy. That rock that was covering that tomb was huge. It would have taken like 11 or 12 guys to move that rock. They really don't like jokes like that. And
Yeah.
if you keep that up, they kick you out.
Straight out of there.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because you're making too many jokes.
Well, no, I didn't. I mean, I was getting mad at teachers for not answering questions.
How did you fit in with a bunch of art school kids? Because I would imagine that somebody, came from a religious background. That's not necessarily the the general vibe of the art school that the kids that I knew.
No, I was an out-and-out atheist well before I got into art school, but I did not fit in well at art school.
Okay,
yeah, it didn't go well.
How would you describe an average Chicago art school kid?
Oh man,
If you're gonna make them one person and be as specific and mean as possible, what would that person be?
Specific and mean as possible.
Yeah, specifically mean. Yeah. Or nice. I mean, but just be very specific.
Minimum viable product. enough work to get the degree and no extra work is
lazy.
And
where do they come from? This one person. We're amalgamizing all of them into one person. Where does that person come from?
LA.
Yeah. And did they apply to other art schools before they got into the Chicago one?
I never talked with them enough to know.
Oh, so you were a part.
Yeah, no, I spent most of the time in my studio and not socializing.
So you were the quiet kid.
Yeah. Definitely.
When does that end in your 20s? When do you leave art school?
I leave art school when I turn 22, right?
Let's go back to the clip, Brian.
Entertainment. It is about redemption. That's right. I plan to redeem my family's greatest shame. In 1991, at the Ham Days Festival in Lebanon, Kentucky, my uncle, working as a Secret Service agent, failed to place himself between then Vice President Dan Quayle and an active shooter. Now, a lot of you are thinking right away, Dan Quayle was never shot.
Hold on. This is excellent editing on the part of the staff over at PTFU.
And an active shooter. Now, a lot of you are thinking right away, Dan Quayle was never shot.
Can I
Justin,
just say,
how would you describe Teller's reaction to that setup?
Well, Teller reacts to the phrase active shooter in the way that I would imagine most people would respond to active shooter, which is slack-jawed horror. I was mostly in awe of Teller's hair. Jesus Christ. What luscious lettuce for fucking Teller.
Yeah.
Shooter. Now, a lot of you are thinking right away, Dan Quayle was never shot.
So you leave art school.
Well,
You leave art school, and what happens?
before I left art school, I had a lot of, interned for the Ice Cream Social guys and did all that. I mean, that was all there, but none of that's interesting.
Wait, no. So how do you first hear Ice Cream Social?
Well, I wasn't socializing much, and so I had a lot of time to listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
So
yeah, did you?
What was the first podcast that you listened to? So you're a lonely art school student.
Do we count?
I'm gonna assume brooding. Where do you find podcasts at that time? And what's the first podcast that you listened to?
Do radio?
Radio counts.
That counts.
Dinner Party Download was an NPR thing for a while.
Okay.
So I started listening to that, but then
What is that?
I was two guys, kind of just doing a show through the premise of like how to do a really good dinner party. So
Gotcha.
they'd have interesting guests, interesting topics. They'd make a special cocktail, tell a story.
So you were initially listening to that on the radio?
No, they released it as a podcast.
Okay.
And there's that. Wait, don't tell me.
So you got into the NPR.
Oh yeah, I mean, I listened to
Yeah.
in high school and everything. That was like NPR was just on the radio constantly. Right?
Gotcha.
Car talk, all that
Sound
stuff.
like some artsy bullshit.
Yeah.
Artsy bullshit, like
But-
car talk. You
Yeah,
know, the show where everybody becomes Michael Winslow?
Click and Clack, the Tappan Brothers. Here's the discuss impression.
That's, I mean, you know that's the way that Blue America assumes they understand Red America, right?
Oh, no,
like
no, no, no.
It is basically blackface for
It's
fucking
red face
America.
is what it is. It's red face for blue cities.
That's exactly what it is.
What it is.
It is exactly it.
It's like, we're from Boston, so now you know working class people. And meanwhile, everybody who owns fucking 2 properties are like, quiet.
Indeed.
I like car talk.
every-
I understand Trump voters.
Did you know that every mechanic went to MIT? I didn't know that, did you?
All right, so back to the clip. Let's. Okay, here we go. All right, we got this far in. We're talking about.
Not by a gun, no, but by a t-shirt cannon. And so with your permission, I would like to reenact that scenario and restore honor to my family. Is that okay with you guys?
What if they just said nope?
Boo! Fuck you!
We don't know much about the shooter, but we do know he was from Western Massachusetts and 6'6". Does anyone fit that description here in the audience today? Oh, pen. Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that. Oh, great. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm from Greenfield. I'm from Greenfield, Massachusetts.
Greenfield, Mass.
Yeah.
That's west.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great, Pen. You're gonna help out with this trick. So grab any color marker you want. You're gonna put your mark on this T-shirt. Okay?
I will.
So did you go back home?
Happy with the orange?
Yeah. So now that we get to the real actual trick,
So got back from the internship and then lost my virginity and then had a big breakup after that.
In what order?
That order.
Okay. So you have not been in relationships while you're at school.
No, I'd been in a 7-year-long relationship
from before school,
and all through school.
all through school.
Yeah.
And a chaste relationship.
Chased. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, finally made that move. And then
7 years in.
Yeah. And then
Ever have any close calls before? Makeout sessions where maybe things were like,
yeah, it was like
she got a little hint in her hip that like you thought maybe she might take some action on?
yes.
Yeah. And she never did.
Look, no.
Yeah.
No, that stayed whatever. And then there was a change. And then that change also inspired the breakup. So what
How was that?
do you mean?
How did that inspire the break?
Well, you know how like I didn't drink or anything like that?
Yeah.
Well, she really got into it.
Drinking.
Yeah, partying. She joined a sorority, had a lot of parties.
Where'd she go to school?
She went to some place in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a school that had that kind of culture.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Unlike the art school,
Did
which,
not-
which
yeah.
was
yeah.
more about probably people watching Godard films and licking each other's faces.
I think it was more about weed, but yeah.
Oh, what do you think happens after that?
Oh no, they make those videos. Yeah. But yeah, no, and so that happened, and then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm in a weird place emotionally. I'm gonna
Wait,
stay
hold
in
on.
Chicago.
I got more questions. So, she's going to this party school.
Yeah.
You're coming back.
No. So, well, what do you mean coming back?
From school, from art school.
No, this happened in the middle of the second semester.
Of art school.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I still had like 1.5 months left.
Okay.
Right.
And so you do the deed.
Yep.
It's a great time.
and then you dump her?
Nope.
What happened?
She was really into, I think she
Hey
had,
man, I just got a whole life.
I think she kind of freaked out a little bit, you know, because she was like having so much fun, and she's like, I could be having this much fun the whole time, and so
Oh,
you know what I mean?
So you
So she was the good girl in a dangerous situation. All of a sudden, you guys do it, and then next thing you know, she's like, "Wait a minute, I've just unlocked
No, I
a
think
lot more."
I think what it was she was partying more and more and more.
Yeah.
And then all of her friends were having sex and things like that. So she's like, oh, so maybe it's cool if we do too.
Yeah.
And we did. And I think part of that was also her going like, see, look, we're all doing stuff. Maybe you're more comfortable with partying and stuff too.
And you were not.
And it's just not my thing, you know.
Yeah.
And then she realized like, oh well, you know, I'm gonna have a lot more fun doing
Moving
these other
on.
things.
You guys
Yeah.
were different people.
And we had changed quite a bit, so it was
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the clip.
Great.
yeah. If you'll remember, I believe a pen was being selected.
Play the fucking clip.
I am happy.
Great. Go ahead and draw it on. Make a nice distinct.
On that T-shirt.
Right here. This is your canvas. And you know what?
So, was it both of your first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So she starts swinging with the boys in school with her fleet flying up in the air. And then what happens to you?
Well, I spent a couple months just trying to finish school and not be too sad.
You were broken up, huh?
It was pretty rough, man.
Come on.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Yeah, I was in a
Art school kid, big
Yeah.
fucking breakup, just lost your virginity. That's about as low as it gets
It was pretty,
emotionally.
yeah, especially because I didn't like art school all that much, so I didn't have anyone to like.
Actually, wouldn't it be lower if you broke up and you didn't lose your virginity?
Probably after 7 years.
No,
yeah.
no, because that, at least then you can say, oh, I have a thing.
That's true. Yeah, you know, we
Because then you could be like, oh no, I have a purpose. I've got a thing I'm marching forward.
It didn't help either that there was a level of like, she wanted to break up, but she didn't know she wanted to be a permanent breakup.
Oh yeah.
And so that expectation
That's
of like,
terrible.
We're gonna get back together again.
All right,
someday.
so if you went back to art school, and granted you were a loner, so you didn't have this person, but if you were to imagine a movie version of your life in which you did have a super sassy best friend that you came back to at art school that would help you explore your feelings in this moment, what would that best friend be?
Well, I did have a best friend. They weren't super sassy like
Yeah,
this,
but
right?
imagine that
But
they
if I
were better.
did-
Yeah,
if
imagine
I
they
did,
were better. Yeah.
Are they art school sassy or are they
Yeah,
like-
art school sassy.
Oh, I
yeah.
think then it's like, you know, we had this like marathon art making session in my studio where it's like
Gotcha.
just throw it on the canvas, throw the paint, throw the
So like
ink,
a really like
get
aggressive
those
like
feelings out.
yeah, like
get them out.
Go
Yeah.
no.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, people, you know, all through every critique, they'd always be like, "Oh, you use such like angry colors in all of your paintings." It was a true thing. They said that, and they're like, "You should try using less angry colors." I don't know what that meant. I think they
Yeah.
were maybe just picking up on my general vibe.
Yeah.
And I think maybe if I had befriended some of those people, that's what they would have done. They're like, come on, really harness that and throw it, you know, and really, you know, get into it, be expressive and all that stuff.
But you didn't have that.
No.
No.
I had the BBC Sherlock series in my own bedroom.
Let's go back to the clip.
To make it even more distinct for the people all seeing it in the theater here, just grab another color and throw another color on here and do something
Okay,
else.
okay.
You know what? Speaking of which, who did you date next?
Well, I dated a couple people, went on
In
dates.
Chicago?
Yeah, so I stayed I
Oh,
stayed.
so a real fucking swinger.
Nope.
Real swinging dick.
So I stayed.
Hey, ladies,
I stayed.
watch your knees, because there's a swinging dick afoot.
Boop. So
That's the head of my dick upon your chin. My lady.
call me the hunchback because the bell is clanging, lady. Yeah, no. So I found someone who's going back.
You want to see my angry colors?
It's gonna be like a real Jackson Pollock out in here. You know what I mean? A ba-boom. Yeah, I found someone who's going back to Korea for the summer, so I subletted their apartment, and I dated a couple people that were mostly like all of the people who I had hung out with, the small friend group that I had.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, well, the answer to your 7-year relationship coming to an end is to date more people immediately." before you fully.
So that means that there were people that were into you that that didn't think that you were available. All of a sudden, you're available.
I
and
think
they came running.
I'm sorry.
Dinner bell was ringing.
I'm sorry, Justin. I don't mean to interrupt.
Did we need to go back to the clip?
Yeah.
I think I'm sorry. We're hearing it. I'm hearing in my ear.
Yeah.
We have to go back to the clip.
Oh, this is getting very Woodstock.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It's perfect.
You know, the peace sign stands for nuclear disarmament. Did you know that?
I didn't.
So, who did you bang next?
Well, I didn't bang any of those people.
Did you give him sweet kisses?
I made out with a Persian guy. That was kind of fun.
A Persian guy?
Yeah.
Nice.
Really?
Damn, you were in art school.
God damn, right?
He wanted to split the bill for dinner, and when he pulled out his wallet, he had literal gold bars in his wallet.
Really?
And I was like, "You want to split the fucking bill?"
Yeah.
And then I made out with him.
Nice.
He looked like Freddie Mercury. It was
Look at that.
pretty nice. But that was it. That was all. That was as far as I ever went with any of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm sorry. Did we have to go back to the clip?
Well, I was just gonna get just a little.
Let's go ahead and go back to the
Wow.
clip.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Awesome. Thank
If you haven't got a joke, a fact is second best.
Fantastic. Now, we don't know much about Dan Quayle, except that he looked exactly like Teller. Does anyone in the audience fit that description?
So, Ryer, when did you meet your wife?
Well, so that summer, the Ice Cream Social Boys, they did a thing. They had been nominated for a podcast award, and they won.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, we need." They didn't want to buy the trophy from the company, and so they were like, "We want you to make the trophy for us, and make the award."
Gotcha.
And so that prompted me to go back home because that's where my home studio was.
Now, why didn't they want to buy the trophy?
Same reason we didn't want to
Exactly.
fucking buy the trophy.
I would love to hear more of this story.
Well, I mean, it was stupid expensive, and it was less than a bowling trophy, for all this rah and attention that the company who did the awards got, and then they had to pay all this money for a trophy that was like, meh, whatever.
But the guys were cool with it, right?
With the trophy?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
No, they thought it was lame, and they'd rather give the money to me. So they did.
Oh.
But you know what trophy we're talking about, right?
You know what? Let's go back to the clip.
He looks like Teller.
Perfect. Come on up there, Teller.
Wait, hold on. Ryer, are you aware of our beef with the podcast awards?
I found out about that like 6 months ago, yeah.
But you did not know that. You had no idea who we were.
No, I didn't. I had no idea who you guys were or anything like
That we had a whole thing, and essentially we ended the podcast award.
Oh, I think Ice Cream Social got the idea from you guys. Because that was right around the time that Matt started hanging out with Brian. I think he got the idea.
It was before, and I was a little bit intimidated and surprised when the guys showed up on the live stream. But describe from Ice Cream Social's perspective what their game plan was.
For winning this award?
Yeah.
Well, it was simple. It was rally the troops, get everyone together. We're a community, rah rah rah. We're gonna vote bomb this website, which is it's not cheating, and we're gonna get a bunch of points. We're gonna
Wait, did you know what we got fucked for?
No.
So we got fucked because one of the amazing people in our community put together a web applet that basically it was a link to the site, but in the same way that like on DocuSign, it'll just bring you to the places that you can sign.
Someone did the exact same thing for us.
There we go.
Yeah. It was exactly the same.
So the difference is that we got together with a bunch of other people. So like our slate was a lot of different things.
Right.
Where you guys did it for just
best
Ice Cream
comedy
Social.
podcast.
Yeah, that was that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we won 1 year. And it was the year in which they put the most time, money, and effort into the award show. There was an actual award show. Brian collected many awards.
That was the time, I believe, that he had sold the awards and didn't have to do them himself.
Yes.
And he was very happy. Next year, he had to do them himself and was very brittle.
Unhappy. And he was unhappy with us and canceled the awards and said nobody who had cheated was allowed an award. And I guess you guys did it next time, but if it just is one person winning, it's hard to tell whether or not you are an effective organizer.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Ice Cream Social guys were just like, who cares? We're gonna just win this award,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
The problem, the issue is with us, like our people won all the awards.
Right. You were like, screw it. This is ours.
And it was
an internal
very,
award ceremony.
So
now.
there was the actual at the time that there was a physical award ceremony. It was just Brian and Brian Ibbett from Frog Pants, and they were just back and forth going up like they were the fucking producers, like at the Tonys, just picking up every single award. While professional wrestler Chris Jericho was like, "Damn, that man with the funny hat's back."
Amazing. Yeah, I can see when that might piss someone off.
Yeah.
Penn, have you ever fired a t-shirt cannon in your life?
No, I never have.
Well, today's your lucky day, buddy.
Okay.
All right, let's bring out the t-shirt cannon.
So, whatever did they decide to do about the awards thing?
The Ice Cream Social guys.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they were just like, hey, Ryer, how about you come up with something? Because
But how do they know you? How did you?
well, I
get
had
hooked up
interned
with
for them during my time.
How does that happen?
Well, I started listening to their podcast, and then I was doing photoshops of their bits.
Gotcha.
So I'd post an intentionally shitty Photoshop of one of their bits from the episode.
On Twitter?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then in order to graduate college, I had to have an internship, and all the available internships were like sweeping the floors of a gallery.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, maybe I can get like a thing out of this. And so I ended up interning for Matt and May's Ice Cream
So
Social.
you hit them up and said, "Hey, I need an intern for my art college."
Yeah. And then did all the kind of finagling to get the school to sign off on that. And then I got 6 weeks out in Las Vegas.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so during that time, what did the internship look like outside of manufacturing superior versions of the podcast award trophies?
Well, I'm graduated. Nothing. I did a lot of fulfillment stuff. So they had just started their Patreon, so I was helping them a lot with the fulfillment of that.
Too much shit on their Patreon.
It was a lot, man.
No, to this day, too much shit.
It's a lot.
Too much fucking shit. I always tell them, I'm like, no one wants all this shit. Like you get a lot of shit to your house, and you're like, I love this podcast, but like, don't make this a thing. I gotta find a place for all these goddamn stickers.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the hand cannon. This is the exact
This is an important bit here because you're interning for our friends over at Ice Cream Social.
Mm-hmm.
And at what point, how far back are we at this point?
That would have been 2015 into 2016.
Yeah.
So 21 into 22.
And help me out, Justin. I'm trying to think of the...
What happened in 2016?
Yeah, so Trump gets elected.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he did. Yeah, I'll confirm that.
Okay. Back to this bit.
of the weapon used that day in 1991.
Okay.
All right.
Now, wait, this is a nice prop. Where did Matt
Yeah,
get
I was
this?
expecting it to look like a piece of shit, but this thing looks awesome.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I built that in a week. Well, I explained all that like 30 minutes ago. I don't know why. Were you not listening to me?
No.
Oh.
It is cumbersome, but I promise you, in 1991, this was peak T-shirt technology.
Wow.
How much did that weigh?
75 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
That's a horse.
was
That's a big boy.
cost $1,500 to ship it, and they didn't get it there in time.
The fuck?
They didn't, and it arrived like 3 days late.
So what'd they have to do? Move the schedule
They
around?
bumped Matt. Yeah.
Damn.
Same thing happened with those signs.
Hopefully he knows somebody at the show.
I think it was really hard for them.
Okay, all right. Now we really are talking out of school. We've been
Yeah.
doing a funny bit for a little bit.
Yeah.
Ryer, to the extent that you want to
Who was the
share.
next person you fucked?
Well, that would have been my future wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. When'd you meet her?
Well, I met her when I had gone back to make this award. I happened to see her make a funny post on Instagram, and so I said that was funny, and then that led to us getting breakfast.
Wait a minute, hold on. Like just on general Instagram?
Yeah. Well, she had dated one of my very close friends when we were in high school.
You dog.
Yeah.
So you knew each other from
We knew of each other.
from the hometown.
We knew, yeah, we knew that the other existed. We had never really hung out or talked.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So like general area, extended social circle.
Yes, very much
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
And a funny Instagram post. What was the Instagram post?
I was her dancing with her cat,
Uh-huh.
and her cat was named Catechus Finch. I thought that was very charming.
You were horny. Jesus Christ.
No. I want to. Do you remember your sly
Okay,
approach?
well, it wasn't very sly because I knew from my friend
Yeah.
Devin. I knew from my friend Devin, who was the one who had dated her in high school. He, for a while, had been angry
Oh,
at me.
nobody throws some Cassid in your face.
Oh my god!
Atticus Finch from the book.
Very good. I knew from him that when we were in high school, she very much had the hots for me,
Oh.
and so
So you were feeling like it was a
she's
yeah.
a fox, and so I didn't think it was going to go anywhere, but I thought I was feeling flirty, and so I said,
your shot.
I just said, Catechus Finch, comma, I think I love you.
Ooh. Let's go back to the clip.
It is very cumbersome.
So we're gonna get your shirt stuffed in here. Make sure
Okay.
it's super tight that it fires.
Okay.
I will now.
You like that side look?
What is the ham cannon made out of?
It's PVC, it's metal, it's plastic, and it's wood.
Wow. So you didn't all just do it in plastic and paint it in weird ways.
Well, I wanted it to look really good.
Yeah.
It was going to be on TV.
Yeah. No, it looks fucking legit.
Thank you.
It looks like some shit you'd see in One Piece. That's a live action version of an anime. Anime
You
is
got
what
any- you got any-
Japanese animation is called.
You got any lunch money?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Give me your lunch money. That was pretty lame.
Don't go grabbing like I'm some fucking Instagram thought.
God damn it.
I think I love you.
arm the cannon.
It's now armed.
It is.
Okay.
So tell her your job is to get shot. Go ahead and take the place right there. Oh, and I almost forgot. I want to make sure we do it under test conditions. And it was raining that day.
Oh, jeez.
So, Brooke, do you mind coming over and playing the part of the rain?
I don't know if I want to take part in this, but yes, I will help you out. Okay. I'm going to be the rain.
So when did you know that she was the one?
Well, I didn't. I mean, I had just gotten out of a 7-year-long relationship of a person whom I thought was the one.
The 7-year itch. Turns out the itch was
Turns out she was the 7-year bitch.
Episode title. Okay, so from what I have been told,
I'm sorry, hold on. I'm getting word that
Rainmaker?
Yeah, you can make the rainmaker and do a little over here and over here.
Okay.
Like that. Now, Brooke, have you ever made it rain on 3 male performers before?
Not.
Today's pretty awesome.
First time for
So just
everything
give a little
else.
squirt there.
Okay.
So you're doing an excellent job. And then, great, and just to make sure we do this right, I'll get 3 raincoats for us.
Okay.
Penn, you get to put that down for a second. I'll give you a
I
raincoat.
put this down now?
Yeah,
That means picking it up again.
it does.
I hate this thing.
so you figure out that she's the one.
well, I fell for her pretty quick, and now that we're married, she told me that it took her about 6 months to not hate me.
really.
Yeah.
So she had buyer's remorse immediately.
Yeah.
She was like into you. She meets you, and she's like, Jesus.
Yeah. Yep.
What was her number one pet peeve?
I was suffering from that thing that many people in their early 20s suffer from, where they think that
Being unbearably annoying?
Yep. And thinking it's a personality.
High five. Let's fucking go.
What?
Let's go.
I was wearing dress socks with my tennis shoes and drinking Guinness.
Yep.
That was a callback.
Yes.
to
No,
you.
wait, but,
Yeah.
but if she hated you for 6 months, are you even talking during this?
Yeah,
time?
no, we hung out every day. We did a lot of stuff. She was working.
Women have a lot of patience in their 20s.
I was also very attractive. I don't know if that.
Damn.
Somebody in the chat,
Confident, too.
somebody in the chat, very excitedly, like snapped their fingers and just said, "I know who Ryer looks like. Val Kilmer in Tombstone."
You ever seen that movie?
Yeah, Wyatt Earp was my friend. Although I'm actually Wyatt Earp, I think, in that. If I'm Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer is Wyatt Earp in that movie?
Let's go to the clip.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. There we go. It's all good.
And it's armed.
Yeah. Just go ahead and just put your raincoat on. Tell them to put your
Okay.
raincoat on.
These are just garbage bags.
Does it have arms in it already?
No, it's a Kentucky raincoat. You make your own holes.
Ken, you need help?
Yeah. There are people who say, I can't act my way out of the bag. I took this.
So, what was the moment she stopped hating you?
Well, we had a talk about how being an asshole wasn't funny. And so I changed that.
Was there a moment where you can look back now as your 20s are coming to an end and say, boy, that was an asshole thing to do?
Yeah, well,
Especially from that point
so before
in time?
before we really started dating, before we really started dating, she had worked at an ice cream place, and I asked for an ice cream cone with a sprinkle face on it from her.
Yeah.
And
So, just so I have the timeline right, like she hates you.
No. He was courting her.
no, this is before that even. I was still dating the other person.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you had just seen her.
Yeah, I was at home for something. I got ice cream while I was at home.
Gotcha. And
And-
she was working at the ice cream place.
Right, and she gave me the cone without the face. And I said, "Where's the face?" And she said, "There's no face." And I went, "No wonder your parents got divorced." Because I thought that was really funny.
Fucking still good, dude.
I don't know.
Still good. No, still good. Still fucking good.
Okay.
Around the shoulder there.
I like that one.
Good. And then,
I mean, like, it's weird. It's
I
weird
couldn't
that
get
you
the
guys
TV right.
wound up getting married, but it's a good fucking joke.
Yeah, well,
It's a
okay.
good joke. No, the asshole thing is the request. Like, if you had, if you got a thing that was not what you requested, but it wasn't something stupid like a fucking sprinkle face.
Yeah, no, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Then that would have been a really good joke.
Yeah.
You were a dickhead for your request, not for the joke.
Yes.
Let's go back to the clip.
So once you guys start getting back together, well, how long? At what point do you realize you guys get along?
We went we went camping because I like camping. And
Gross.
in the middle of the night, she started crying because she hated it. And she
Yeah.
was trying to hide it. And she
Smart
was
girl.
She's being a good sport.
Is it because it was outside or too cold or
Yes.
the music was
Yeah,
all of
all
those
of it.
things.
Yeah.
And we were sleeping.
all the reasons that
Have
most
you ever
people don't
camped?
like? Yeah.
Have you ever camped? This shit is fucking terrible.
So in the middle of the night, I had this big van at the time.
It's like camping is masochist drag racing. Like just a bunch of people who want to fucking prove that they can deal with hardships, trying to prove it more to the other people that want to deal with hardships.
yeah, or people who like birds.
Enough with you.
No, I mean, I will vouch for, starting fires is fun.
I love
And
Yeah.
whittling. Starting fires and whittling. Turns out You could do those without camping.
Yeah. Plenty of places to do both.
Yeah, so she hated it.
Yep.
And so I had this big van at the time, and so I took all of our stuff and I made like a little fort inside the van.
Oh.
And then we stayed up all night telling stories and jokes and stuff.
Oh.
That sounds a lot like camping.
Oh yeah, but,
But
we were,
inside the van.
well, there was a bed. in
A
the van.
climate
It was
controlled-
It was a conversion van.
But
so it had
also,
a
you
bed.
made the effort to make her more comfortable, and therefore you chose a humanity that obviously was affected.
Now,
I guess so.
is this where your affection for stunting on other magicians about how they make campfires comes from?
No, that comes from me being horrified that someone who is a professional fire eater can't start a campfire.
This is getting a little heated. Let's go to the clip.
Well, it should. We're starting a
Show
campfire.
the presidential medal. So you just do this.
This bit is fucking killing.
Pretty good.
It really is. It's
Holy shit. I didn't know
like,
fucking
look,
Mac
look,
crushed like
look
this.
at that shot.
Oh my God.
That is a lifetime achievement award of a shot. For audio listeners, we have Ben Gillette in a trash bag holding a gun straight out of Fallout 3,
Yeah.
pointed currently towards the face of Matt Donnelly, who's
Well, and
standing
fucking
next to Brooke Burke.
Smoke show Brooke Burke.
Yep.
And while Teller prepares to be a target, it's
Literally
pretty good.
wearing a target. Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you know she was the one?
Pretty soon after that, because everything with her was really fun.
How long had y'all been dating?
I think we were probably a year and a half in, and I was beyond sold.
I have heard in my mind, relationships really are on a 3-year like max situation where if you don't know that it's like a marriage thing within 3 years, you're kind of on borrowed time.
That's
But
that's the shit or get off the pot thing, right?
that's what I've always thought. But then again, I've heard more recently that like, well, it's really kind of like at a year you should have an idea.
Well, I think
Or you should have a sense of maybe it's time to get the fuck out.
Chelsea says that we were, she really liked, we were really strong, and there was no, in her mind there was no, wanting to do anything else actively, but she didn't know that she wanted to marry me until like the pandemic. So it was it was a few years.
Wait a minute, you were a last minute pandemic hookup?
What?
No. They were together and then the pandemic happened.
Yeah, I did something during the pandemic that made her know.
And
that she
we'll
wanted to
hear
marry.
it right after this.
Yeah.
So Brooke, take one step back.
Okay.
All right. You're gonna make it rain.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
All right. So what did you do right during the pandemic?
Near the right when the first kind of unlock happened of the many that we had during the pandemic.
Yeah.
She went and bought a fish, and we named it Rio after that Duran Duran song.
Mhm. It dances in the sand.
Yeah, and then a couple months later it died, and she was really upset because it was like,
Does more than dance in the sand.
yeah, but it was a lot had happened, and she put a lot of that onto the fish. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like what?
Put a pin in
Not
that.
feeding it?
I'm gonna yell potato, then you're gonna fire.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Brooke, make it rain. Pen. Potato.
So when the fish died,
Yeah, the fish died, and she had kind of put all this all this time we had spent together, me with her family, all the things during the pandemic, all the stress of that, graduating college, finding her first real big job, all of that was all in this fish, and it died. And she was really upset about it, and so I made her entire family go into the bathroom, and then played bagpipe music and made everyone give this fish a 21 gun salute.
now did you actually play the bagpipes?
No, I found someone did the entire Titanic soundtrack on bagpipe, so I played
Played it on YouTube?
I played it on Spotify.
Yeah.
And then made everybody, and her family is pretty stoic, and so I made everybody give a speech about the fish, how important the fish was. And even though they were like, no, I don't. I was like, no, you got to do it. It's really important.
But this is the lockdown, so people got some fucking time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I had handed out Nerf guns, and we did a 21 Nerf dart salute for the fish.
So you really went all out.
And we went, but for some reason, I think everyone had put a little bit onto the fish because like even her dad was crying when we flushed the fish.
How much do you think, because you've put, especially into all the stuff you've done for ICS and all the stuff that you've done now, your creative output is really, really high. How much working in art and with ICS in that internship like gave you the sense that, hey, I can apply this kind of creativity to the people that I love and I can really affect their emotion? Or were you doing that before?
I think I've done it before. I never really actively thought
Yeah.
about like, oh, I can do this. You know, it was always like, if I'm going to make someone a note, I'm going to make the paper first, and then
Yeah.
write on the homemade paper, right? I think if anything, all of that was just like, oh, you can go bigger,
Yeah.
go bigger, go bigger, go bigger, all the time.
There's always another step
But you
that people won't expect and
And-
therefore will like affect them.
And no one will be upset if you
go
the
as
next
big as
step.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can vouch just over the last week when we've been shooting stuff. Like we had a day off, and Ryer just wanted to. He's like, "Hey, let me look around and see if there are things I can do to help." He not only fixed up a bunch of stuff here, which was very wonderful kindness and makes my heart happy, but he borrowed my car, and so this morning I pulled out my keys and I found a dog tag to a fictional dog from a movie that we had watched just a couple of days before, just to remind me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's lame. Everything else you said was good, but that was terrible.
Oh no. Even when you know your history, you're destined to repeat it. All right.
Sorry.
Sorry, what?
We were just appreciating my joke. Go back to the clip.
Tyler, can you grab the t-shirt? Penn, that doesn't look like the shirt you signed, though, does it?
No, it was a different color than that.
So, that
Weird. Then maybe I.
when the pandemic ends, what was your first thought?
Oh, I shouldn't have bought this house.
Oh, same brain. So, only imagine 7 acres of it.
Patreon.com/great night is where you need to go to support this program. Patreon.com/great night. Get the bonus episode. I'll tell you what, one of the funniest that we've ever done was with our old boy Ryer on Thursday. Go ahead and get that. Please, please, please support us. And let's be real. Everything on this show is leading up to 3 weeks from now. How many episodes do we have?
Close.
How many episodes do we have before the big eclipse?
I think we have 2 more episodes. I think next episode will be on the 27th, and the next one will be like 4 or 5 days before the eclipse. Like we're getting ready to. For those of you guys who don't know, that when we bought this property, one of my first inspirations was like, oh my God, 5 years from now, there's going to be a total solar eclipse. I'm going to get this place fixed up. It's almost fixed up. And we created
welcome.
a massive Willy Wonka production factory with a 3-star bed and breakfast.
3 stars, 3 stars.
We just installed an ice machine because there's one person who every time he comes here, he asks for ice. It's this guy. We're building everything out, but we started the tradition of the Founders Day picnic where we play games, we have trophies. In fact, we'll talk more and more about this as we go forward.
This year,
Yeah, there's also this year is going to be so good. Here's a
what day is this year?
on April 8th this year. The Founders Day picnic will happen. And Justin, I
Yeah.
am not exaggerating
Yeah.
when I say that this year's Founders Day picnic is going to be so good.
What?
They have called a state of an emergency.
That is a fact.
That is
have
not an
done that.
exaggeration.
Nope. Travis County has indeed called a state of emergency for that day because the headliner is not me. It is not Brian.
No.
It is not Jomo and the Possum Posse.
No.
It is not many of the celebrities that have not even been announced for this event. It is not Matt Donnelly.
It
is not Jacob the audio guy. It is
Not Doug.
JC.
the moon.
The moon.
The moon.
She's a harsh mistress, my friend.
Holy shit.
Very difficult to book.
And she is going to be on motherfucking time at around noon on that day
Yes.
as she crosses in front of the sun in a primal experience that we will get 2.5 minutes of. Guys, you are seeing this now on news coverage around the world. Austin is the biggest city that will go through, that the totality will pass through in America. In the biggest city where that's going to happen, you have an opportunity to be on property with all of your friends that have watched this show, and we're going to give you the best gift of all. 6 hours of programming while the entire infrastructure, the road infrastructure of Austin, is a fucking parking lot. You wouldn't be able to do anything anyway. If you came down and saw that totality, you would be sitting in traffic. Instead, you get to have a fucking Dragon Con level event, Brian.
Dude, we have sold, we have about 35 slots left to sell. However, for those of you guys who have bought tickets, we're also on top of that. I mean, Justin, it's hard for me to even imagine how we could enhance this event and make it even more special because you're going to want to show up early. You're going to want to camp out on the campgrounds that we've set up for everyone. You're going to want to pass the time, not just on the day of the event, but the day before the event, if only there was something extraordinary that was happening on the Sunday night before.
It goes before that, Brian.
What?
Because, as my high school friend Doug pointed out last week, there is a big concert that's happening on Saturday. You will be able to come down to Stubbs Barbecue in the evening and go see the Battle of the Bands. Almost a Girl band is going to perform. Man, I'm telling you, there are moments in the lore of our show. We've been doing this shit for a little bit now that are seared in my brain forever. I feel like there is one coming up that Saturday because there's going to be a lot of fucking artsy Austin parents that are in good spirits seeing their kid perform on an iconic Austin stage, and they're going to cheer their hearts out. They're going to bring their friends and their aunts and their uncles, and they're going to say, yay, our band. They're not us. We're going to roll in with a goddamn Mongol horde, and we are going to cheer so fucking loud. It is going to be so fucking funny. And then after that, we are going to maraud down 6th Street. I'm just saying. Anyone who's there is going to be fucking electric that Saturday night.
So on Saturday, there's going to be a barnstorming, the likes of which we haven't seen since, I don't know, Ice Cream Social won the podcast awards.
I mean, guys, I'm just saying. These bands are children. This is the children's battle of the band. And we are going to roll in fucking 40 deep, like just cheering like Motley Crue is playing in 87 for one band. It's going to be fucking amazing because we love and support the family that is around this show. We go out, we celebrate, we cheers. Everybody sleeps it off on Sunday. And then Sunday night, and this, unfortunately, is something that for the high rollers.
Yeah,
The
this
Vips.
is
The
people,
Vips.
People have been asking for like specific details of we've kept it secret, but oh boy, are we gonna have a VIP experience if you want the VIP experience.
If you have a ticket to the Eclipse, please. Is there an email people should email to?
Sure. Just write me, Brian@schwood.com.
Just write Brian@schwood.com and say, I'd like to upgrade my ticket to the VIP ticket because it's going to get you access to our VIP event on Sunday. I can confirm right now that for the first time in Austin, Texas, Matt Donnelly, in his not this shit that he was on national television with, not this garbage bag overall shit that he's trying to peddle here. No. In the vision that I saw him in Las Vegas, the miracle Matt Donnelly.
Miracle Matt Donnelly
Will be performing at our VIP event, and I'm going to tell you, it's his full 20 minutes from the Magic Castle in the Tux at the VIP event exclusively. So, if you want to be a part of that, it's going to be really fun. Trust us, we understand where our butt is buttered.
Hell yeah.
Where our bread is buttered. We are taking care of the VIPs. It will be amazing. If you want to come out and do it, we greatly appreciate. We're gonna make it worth your while to make that upgrade.
I'm doing the laps and getting the confirmations. Tom Merritt's going to be there. David McRaney from You Are Not So Smart podcast is going to be there.
The VIP is the VIP.
All right.
Whoever shows up, this is what we're guaranteeing. We're guaranteeing the Matt's going to show up. He's going to do his bid. But, will those names show up? I don't know. Will it be an exclusive moment where everybody can hang out? I don't know. And that all leads up to the big main event on Monday.
Yeah, so Monday is going to be we're going to have a tournament so that you can get your name added to the Stanley Cup, our very own biggest trophy of all time, provided by Ryer. I have another idea for another silly game to add on top of it. On top of that, we'll have 3 bands, multiple podcasts, and most importantly, timed down to the very second will be a live performance of the entirety of The Dark Side of the Moon, ending with the track Eclipse. And as the track ends, performed live to the second, our special guest La Luna is going to show up and moon us.
Look, Brian, this is your vision. You have had this vision for 5 years? Over 5 years?
Over 5 years, yeah.
Over 5 years?
Yeah.
I have heard him talk about this for that long. It happens. Do you want to be a part of a man's dream for which he has put, I would say at this point, well over $1 million toward making happen?
That is not an exaggeration. I have spent...
There's only one way to do it, and how is that, Brian? How do people buy a ticket right now?
They go to foundersdayeclipse.com
Yes.
And that is where you can purchase some of the last remaining tickets and make sure, reach out to us if you are worried about staying the night before, the night after.
Don't let them fucking worry about it.
Okay.
Just buy a fucking ticket. Buy a fucking ticket right now. FoundersDayEclipse.com. Go there, buy a ticket, be a part of it. It will all work out. And know that what will happen is going to be legendary.
100%.
Let's go to the clip.
Okay.
Maybe I caught the shot. We did it! I am redeemed! Thank you so much. Thank you, Teller.
Matt the Mind Mover.
So what was the wedding like?
Oh, well, it was beautiful. Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
Everyone.
I'm glad we have lunch. This will take a while.
How are you going to travel with this thing when you take it on the road?
I don't know. I'll buy a plane ticket for the cannon and I'll check myself.
They say that magic is hard, comedy is hard.
Yeah.
Is comedy magic extra hard?
It is.
Not.
Fucking owned. Donnelly owned. Shit. Clip that and send that to Donnelly so he knows he's owned. Damn! Fuck! He got owned.
Because I think, like, once you make an audience laugh too hard, they don't want to give you credit for magic, you know? You don't get a lot of, like, I don't get a lot of gasps and and no one cries at my show.
But how much fun is it to laugh? I mean, belly laughs, Nat.
Oh, thanks.
Well, you've redeemed your family's honor.
Yes, that's the most important part.
That is.
Familia.
Now, yes. But let's see if you fooled Penn and Teller. Are you ready, Matt?
Yes.
I'm going to hold your hand for this one.
Are you on the edge of your seat now?
Very much.
That's one of our best friends, one of my.
What was it like watching your prop get used?
We still talking about Chelsea, or are we talking about the T-shirt cannon?
Damn.
Chelsea just got owned.
Send this
Somebody
to Chelsea.
clip this, send it to Chelsea.
So she got fucking owned. Was that in your vows?
Those were my vows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got owned.
Best friends. We've been
Literally.
friends forever. And Matt Donnelly is very unusual in magic. He may be the only one that has this quality. Everybody in magic starts out as a child learning magic and then clumsily learns to be funny, learns to perform on stage. Matt Donnelly in the New York improv scene was one of the superstars. Matt Donnelly is funny. So we've known for a long time that Matt Donnelly,
Penn
the mind
giving the
noodler,
boy the
was going
rub,
to be a
right?
wonderful, wonderful act. Now,
Yeah!
let's get to
Yeah!
try to figure out your trick. First of all, I see you every day.
Yes.
I don't think there's a day I haven't seen you in years. And yet, you kept this trick from us. We didn't know anything about it for all that time. And in that way, Matt Donnelly, you fooled us. And you get a souvenir T-shirt that I made especially for you. So, in keeping the trick from us, you actually fooled us. In terms of the trophy, get the hell off the stage! Get off the stage! Get out of here!
I'm taking my cannon and I'm going home.
Matt Donnelly, the mind noodler.
What a wonderful love letter.
Fucking Nepo babies, am I right?
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what. The wisest thing that somebody ever told me when I was in my 20s was that your 30s are like your 20s, but with money. And the person that told me that was Brian Brushwood. I spent so much of my formative years in my latter 20s doing this show and doing all the various bullshit that we did here. So it is really, really awesome to meet a super talented person at this stage. I know you weren't expecting this to be like an actual thing, but I am super thrilled that you are in this fold, and I hope to see you here a lot more. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Ryer. No, it means the world to us that you've been such a connection, a strong thread between us and our friends and family over at Ice Cream Social. For those of you guys wondering, don't worry, all the Brape signs are safe, and we're gonna do something special with them. We found one more. Everybody.
Who was wondering that?
That's all anybody's talking about. You know what? Let's go back to the clip. Hold on.
Not nice, boys. Not nice.
By the way, you did Abracababble today, or at least part of it. Was Matt pleased with how everything went?
I think, yeah, he seemed very pleased with it. I mean, wouldn't you be? I mean, that was a fabulous.
No, it's incredible.
Yeah, no, I think he was very happy.
He's a magician and a comedian. I'm sure he was thrilled with how everything went.
All right. I have to figure out where the things are because we got to wrap up. Is there anything else we need to chat about?
Just foundersdayeclipse.com. Head on over there. Guys, for real, if you're on the fucking fence, I'm not joking. Make the call. Make the call. Like, I'm telling friends of mine that are in my neighborhood, take the trip, come out here, hang out. It's just a better thing to do than sitting in traffic. Like, do it, do it, do it. If you're on the fence, make the call. Come on out, do the VIP thing, hang out Sunday. It's going to be an absolute blast. I can't wait to see everybody. It's been so long since we've had an event that like is an all weekend, like a huge, big blowout thing like this is going to be. I cannot wait.
All right. Do you have anything to plug, Ryer?
You should start to have a thing where people can like,
I
find
should.
you.
Yeah, I don't really have.
What is there? Like, you have an Instagram that you're,
Yeah, I have an
you're
Instagram.
creeping on fucking prospective wives with?
Hell yeah. In fact, if you're one of those prospective wives, you can check me out at RYERAPPELDOORN on Instagram. That's Ryer Appledorn, Instagram.
There we go. Go ahead and follow the old boy. Hey, Brian, what have we learned?
Oh, man, we learned that Matt Donnelly didn't fool Penn and Teller.
I know. That guy sucks.
Well, maybe he sucks so good that he'll wear a tuxedo and appear at a VIP event.
I'm just saying. I don't know if it's his alter ego. I don't know if it's his new persona. All I know is that there's only one thing. I'm organizing this VIP event. I'm programming it, and that motherfucker's showing up wearing his tuxedo and doing his full fucking Magic Castle 20 minutes for you, the VIPs of this program. Brian, I learned that, dude, art school's lonely.
Also, where are my fucking sprinkles?
See you next Tuesday.
Dying of fire.
It's been a great night.
Shine on, you crazy diamonds.
ONSF W